makapaki pika e Aohe wahino ui ka ʻāina e Hena ni ku home I ka ua paupili le kokani a maa e Aohe wahino ui ka ʻāina e Hahe ono au I kuʻu home makapaki pika e Aohe wahino ui ka ʻāina e Hena ni ku home I ka ua paupili le kokani a maa e Aohe wahino ui ka ʻāina e
What is your inoa and who are your parents?
Aloha kākou, o wau o Kauʻi Spitalsky, o Linda, Lau o Darren, koʻu mamakua. Post-fire, I actually had to put the kahea out for kōkua. And of course, my superhero friends answered the kahea. Paniolo Prince and Queen Maile and their ohana. We came together with this great project of having the haumāna create mele. It's actually based on their research project on different wahipana of Lahaina, and it evolved, I think, specifically and uniquely for the haumāna's leo. This project really gives me and my students back our voice. There's a lot, I think, with our haumāna needs to express, which across the board, I think it's just their aloha for Lahaina. I get emotional, I don't want to do this.
My name is Maile Naehu. I'm in the 9th grade and my dad is Marvin Tewanga and my mom is Uilani Tewanga. Well, Lahaina means a lot to me because that is the birthplace of a lot of my kupuna. There's a lot of firsts that I've had over there, like, you know, first time learning how to swim, first time singing with my dad them, first time in Kaiapuni, just meeting a lot of ohana here. It's just a big, special place in my heart.
Ano ai, o Haikela Lewis koʻu inoa, ai wau maka pai papa umi. O Kaleo Lewis, ame Hazel Lewis, koʻu mamakua. A word that comes to mind when I think about Lahaina is sunshine. It's just an experience when you're coming back from the other side, from Wailuku or Kahului or upcountry, and you're just on the drive back to Lahaina, and just the rays of sunshine just coming and shining down. That's what I think about.
My name is Kuala Watson. I'm a senior at Lahainaluna High School, and my mom is Shelly Blackburn. My dad is Kinui Watson. When I think of Lahaina, the first word that comes to mind is lahui, and it means a lot to me because I grew up there, my family comes from there, and it's just a special place. It's home.
Aloha o kuhele loa kapu ke kona ko inoa. Aia wau ma ka papa umi, a o kaipo ke kona ko umukokane, a o Rachel kapu ko'u mukuhine. I feel comfort when I hear Lahaina. It's like sort of like a safe place where I feel like almost everybody. That's what Lahaina means to me.
We rooted deep in the soil of this ʻāina. We will rise from the ashes of Lahaina. Coming from under the pressure that we withdrew. The mountain of rain and wind, Kamauna o Pa'upa'u.
Belina me ke aloha, o wau o Maile Naehu, o Leonard for ko'u papa, a me Rosemary Rodriguez ko'u mama. I actually called Lahaina home. I grew up between Ewa on the island of Oahu and Lahaina. My moʻokuauhau, my genealogy, actually extends back to the beginning of time in Lahaina as far as my Hawaiian side, my Kanaka Maoli Ohana. I come from the Ohana Pali and Poholopu of Lahaina. And so my roots run very deep there. And I called Lahaina home for probably about a third of my life. In January, I got a call from OHE, the Office of Hawaiian Education. And it was very unexpected and out of the blue. And they asked me if I was interested in helping Lahaina. Immediately after the fire in August of 2023, I felt helpless, and I wanted to help in any way. They proposed an idea to bring us in and to teach a haku mele project, which was a composition of a mele, and it would tell their story. And I said, oh yeah, I would love to do that. And so I took it a step further in that same conversation, and I said, hey, I just spoke from my na'o, really, didn't think too much ahead. And I said, hey, if we're gonna write a mele, how about we go over there to do some workshops, and then for the final culmination, or the incentive for this big project that they're taking on, bring them to Molokaʻi, bring them to us over here, we'll record the song over here, and they can just play and be keiki and enjoy their time here. When we first stepped into the classroom, we really had to start from scratch. So we did our workshop that's titled Mele Aloha ʻāina, which means songs of our love for our lahui, our kingdom, our people, our land, our ʻāina. And so we started this workshop, and we talked about the history of hip hop. We talked about the power of your leo, your voice. And so we had discussions around the olelo no eau, I ka olelo no keola, I ka olelo no ka make, in language, or through your speaking there is life, and through the language and speaking there is death. And we talked about the power of that and what that meant to every one of them. And we had some really good deep discussions about it. And that's really what drove us through this project, was giving them voice. So they did a lot of historical research, and they put some of that into there. They put their olelo, because they're olelo speakers. But we also enabled them to haku, or compose in English as well. And that was a thing that we discussed between Kumu Kauʻi and myself, was like, oh, where are we going with this? This is just olelo Hawaii wale no. And she said, well, first of all, I want to make sure that they're able to express themselves completely. And sometimes it can be done better in olelo, sometimes better in English. And also, who is this message for? And all the kids in this process agreed that this message, the audience, number one audience, is Lahaina. And not everyone in Lahaina can olelo Hawaii. We wanted to make sure they could experience that mele with them.
That
was pretty good.
My name is Makalapua Kahula. I'm in 9th grade, and my parents are Joshua and Amy Kahula. To me, the most challenging thing about writing this mele was probably writing down lyrics. It was super hard to rhyme words and get them into my head. What I loved most about it was probably hearing it. After it was made, it was like not what I expected, but it was super nice.
And then towards the end, as the song started to fall into place, they started to compose lyrics, and we had like tons of chart paper with lyrics, lots of lyrics, which was a good thing, but we had to narrow it down. So we took common ideas, we grouped them together, we sequenced ideas as far as cause, effect, solution. So if you listen to the lyrics, it kind of goes in that order. And then we brought in Kahale, we brought in Uncle Kapali, who they're really familiar with, who's a part of Lahaina grown, and who was my friend growing up at Lahainaluna, and it all came together. Then they came to Molokaʻi, and they recorded here.
Oh, I think the challenge was getting here. No, it was a lot. It was a lot to get here, you guys. It was a lot to get here. Like just the fundraising and meeting, and literally trying to organize everything, We're just trusting that, when we get here, it's going to be all maikai. That was the most challenging part, is getting here. We got here, and Yep, it's Molokaʻi. We're all my kaʻi.
You could see it actually healing them. And so that was the main purpose of this project, was to help them heal and to bring back their voices, let them tell their story, and mostly just have lots of fun.
My name is Nuala Ray's Rocket. I am in Papa'eva, and my mom is Deidre Ray's Rocket, and my father is George Ray's Rocket. I loved eating hot bread because, oh my gosh, we rode to school. My favorite part was riding to the school bus and we were all jamming, just vibing in the pitch black, just Kahale screaming and singing as loud as we can. Everyone's jamming. And then we ate some hot bread, pretty ham hot bread, and then we went to bed.
We chose reggae because when I talked to Kahale about a beat or what that would sound like for this mele, I was immediately drawn to these sounds, these nostalgic type of sounds that I grew up with on Maui. And a lot of times it was reggae. It was this heavy bass, cruising down the beach, you know, with your friends, enjoying just living in Hawaii, and all the combination of those sensory experiences and the sound of reggae was what really brought me back to what made Maui so beautiful. And so I told Kahale, hey, these are some songs that remind me of growing up on Maui, and they're still listening to it till today. See what you can do with it. And so he kind of put all these ideas together, but my most favorite part that was a big surprise for me was throwing in the sample of Lahaina Grown's song.
A message to all.
I think the sampling of the Lahaina Grown song is a really beautiful way of showing the connection that Lahaina has intergenerationally. Everyone knows everybody in Lahaina. And so putting in that Lahaina Grown sample really brought in a whole generation before, because I'm the same age as their parents. Kapali Albert, who sings that, you know, a message to all, he was in the back truck coming down the hill, Lahainaluna Road, when we paused school, and Uncle Kapali was riding, and I was in shotgun, and Albs was in the back. You know, so these are really special connections that Lahaina people share, that our stories go on and on and on. Well, the first day that I walked into the classroom, I immediately was taken back to 1991, I believe it was, when I walked into my math classroom, because their classroom was my math classroom. My math portable classroom where I first met Kapali, Keahi, and I was like, wow, this is like a full circle, and I immediately could feel that deep in my pu'uwai, deep in my na'au, that this was a really special full circle moment. And as I walked in there, we did introductions with the keiki, and we had them share their inoa, their name first and last, and who their ohana is, their makua, their parents. And not just for them to rehearse or practice introducing themselves, but because I could immediately make a connection with them through their ohana, through their family names. And when I look at you, I don't just see you, I see all the generations before. And so I think that bringing Lahaina Grown in, and that whole energy was really important in the mele. I knew who these keiki were, even though I never met them. I knew who, like, most of their parents or their ohana were, and I immediately felt aloha, deep aloha for them. And with Hano, he's just such he has such a great way with gaining trust in these keiki. So we could see that there was a guard up, but we just kept working on that pilina and that relationship for them to trust in us. That through this process, we're gonna have tons of fun, and most of all, we're gonna come out in the end feeling a little bit more healed.
So I'd rather you practice before you reach. So once you reach your there, slam out kuleana and just connect with ʻāina and have fun. Not gonna be fun if you reach there unprepared. Does that make sense? Right? So just put a little bit practice here and there. You guys get the time. Right? Just put a little bit of practice, get a little bit more ma'a. So when you guys come over there, you guys ready. And if you guys ready, everything gonna be the trip of our lifetime. I will go all out. You guys go all out.
The ʻāina gonna go all out.
My name is Guy Hanohano Naehu. My dad is Clayton Guy Naehu, and my mom is Sharon Uluvehi Sis Dudwa. A lot of times in a regular school classroom setting, there is neither the time, the effort, or the desire for anyone to know how they truly feel. And with music and with lyric writing, like they can take the time to kind of dig within themselves, find out how they're feeling, if that's mad, sad, angry, hurt, happy. And that's, I think, with the process, I think that is what was most important for me to impart to them. I noticed a desire to stand up for their place, to protect their place, to love their place. This is real obvious in all of them, but in some of them, it was just unmistakable, you know? And it really got to me, and it really felt like that was something that I felt like we shared. This love for home, this want to protect it, this want to nurture it, this want to always be here. The importance of this project is to give these students the confidence they need to do whatever it takes to heal their place, to hear their spirit, heal their ʻāina, and to provide them the basic building blocks so that they can do this every time they need to when their ʻāina call, when their culture calls, when their family call, when the planet call.
Hi, my name is Pilaloha Kahula. I'm a senior, and my parents are Josh and Amy Kahula. One cherished memory throughout this trip to me would probably be like all of us building the rock wall at the local i'a. So now we kind of have like a part of it with us.
I brought them to the local i'a because I needed them to connect. I needed them to connect to nature. I needed them to connect to their culture. I needed them to connect to their inner best self. They needed to grab pohaku. They needed to be in the ocean. They needed to work. They needed to laugh. They needed to be in their environment, in this ʻāina, and to remember or get that feeling of how the pohaku feel, how the ocean feel, how it feels to work as a team, how it feels to laugh and love on the shoreline, in their environment, in their habitat, and to show them the best of themselves.
Aloha o kupa'a pala depa ko inoa, ai au maka papa umi kumalua, o Richard egdepa ko umako kane o Lisa poa ka umako hine. A cherished memory throughout this trip would be last night jamming with all the homies and Uncle Jeremiah and Paniola Prince and Auntie Maile, or Queen Maile, and Messina. And can't forget my boys, shout out to Ma'a and my homie, Pili Aloha Kahula. Yes, sir.
The most challenging thing to me was I think this sleeping over here. It's pretty cold. I love Molokaʻi, but it's pretty cold.
I'd say the most challenging part was having to go to sleep on one cot in one tent and wake up like sweaty. But one part that like kind of just like evened it out was just jamming with the whole class late at night, cruising.
Got the police rubbing with me. Not this one.
Jamming with all my friends, eating some ono grinds, major. Hello, my name is Kualea Swela. I'm in 12th grade. My mom is Kalai Sniffin and my father is Lesman Oswala. I would say the most hardest thing would be the ad-libs.
The most challenging part was the ad-libs. We couldn't find like sounds to say to our part of the mele, but we figured it out over time.
The challenging part was the ad-libs, and yeah, just pretty much the ad-libs.
With the legacy that spans throughout time, Lahainaluna is a gem, oh so prime.
David Malu, a man, a legend and lore. His name rings out from shore to shore.
Bearing me above the sea, a foreign invasion, where my spirit can soar without hesitation.
Where elite leave an everlasting trace.
Kamalu ulu olele, this magical place.
The most fun part, probably the himeni. I got to play and do what I love. Yeah, it was kind of hard to get out there with the mele because I was just kind of nervous. Like I never really had 100% full experience inside of a studio before, but I was pretty nervous, but I did it, and it was really good fun.
I think spending hours in the booth or in the studio. What do we call it? Did you call it Dragon's Lair?
Oh, it's Superhero's Lair.
Superhero's Lair.
It is the Dragon's Lair.
I mean, I could sit in there for like another day or two, like just listening to my students, and watching Kahale put it all together. I think that's something I can never get back, unless we make another track. So.
Just gotta keep on moving. There's no stopping now. The train don't stop. No brakes. One speed.
I just want to tell them to never give up.
Stay rooted. Yeah. Stay rooted, guys.
Stay positive. Keep fighting, stay strong.
Just never give up. Shoot for stars.
ʻāina heal.
My home is a special place to a lot of people.
On the back of my shirt it says, "Aohe hana nui ke alu'ia." No task too big if we all stick together. So, yeah, let's all stick together, Lahaina.
Keep faith. It's gonna be hard for now, but I guess everything will get put back together. And stay local. Shusen brothers.
I love you guys, Choke. And this love not gonna stop when this project stops. This love gonna go on forever. Like the ocean, like the river, like the wind. And I like to remember this time that we spent together. Anytime they get hard times, they get sad times, I like them dig deep and find this feeling, find this memory, and be happy. Be their best self. Even when times get rough, just keep smashing, keep hammering down, keep writing, keep singing, keep laughing, stay kind, and I love you guys. Yeah, I love you guys.
I believe and I know that you guys can do anything. You guys come from an amazing mo'okauauhau. You come from a place that is one of the most beautiful places on this planet, and you can call that home every day. You have so much to be proud of, and we saw all of that pride within you through this project. Take that with you all throughout life. In anything you do, you can accomplish anything. Look at what you did already. Your resilience is so inspiring, and I want to mahalo all of you for reminding me why I love Lahaina so much. Ke aloha nui a o Kuapā.
I think my haumānas don't realize how much I do love them until they leave. Yeah, kaho'o. Like I'm so happy, like just to have her and Tama come back. They think by when they puka, they become like my peeps. My closest hoa that kind of know what needs to be done and how much I really do love my haumāna.
You guys know where did
You dying.
Molokaʻi nui a hina.
Molokaʻi nui